Hi folks, it's Chef Kevin. I'm back down here in Jamesville, Virginia. I spent 2 weeks in New York City taking care of some business. Now I'm back down here in Jamesville. And if you saw my last video, I rotisseried a chicken on a boat. Came out really nice. And I have to thank my wife for being the cameraman on that project. So I'm back down here in Jamesville, and tonight I'm cooking spicy braised balsamic chicken. This is going to be a good one. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you downtown Jamesville, Virginia. Population 63. So here we are, folks. This is downtown Jamesville, Virginia. Is that the cutest post office you've ever seen? I think so. And that's the general store. I would go in there to see if Mr. Drucker is there, but it's closed, like normal. Well, that was quite the tour, wasn't it? Nice and quiet, just the way I like it. Now, let's take a look at the ingredients. Okay, this is braised, spicy, balsamic chicken. This is a one-pot meal. This is a good weekday meal because just using one pot eliminates a lot of the cleanup. I mean, who wants to come home and do a whole bunch of dirty dishes? I know I don't. Okay, so this is my chicken here. This is boneless, skinless thighs. Now I'm going with that because I don't want the fat from the skin in the dish. And when you take the bones out, it actually cooks quicker. So this is supposed to be a quick and easy meal. So that's why I went with that. Now, bones do add a certain amount of flavor. How much, I really don't know. But like I said, this is supposed to be quick and easy. Okay, the other elements here. Fire roasted tomatoes, diced. I have some green olives. A little Mediterranean flair. Some cilantro. A little white Merlot. Salt, pepper. Herb de Provence. This is a mixture of lavender, thyme, and oregano. It's from France. I have half of a Vidalia onion sliced thin. Now Vidalia onions, I like them because they're on the sweet side. And it can only be labeled Vidalia if it comes from a certain region in the state of Georgia. Now, I've actually bought Vidalia onions that came from Peru, so I was definitely mislabeled. And I have 4 button mushrooms diced, medium. I have 4 or 5 chili peppers, give it some heat. Now, if you don't like the heat factor, you don't have to use it. I have some tarragon vinegar. This is very potent stuff. I'm just going to use a little. Gives it a fruity flavor. It's very nice. And I have some balsamic vinegar of Modena. There's 3 types of balsamic vinegar. This is actually the least expensive, but it's one of my favorites, so I'm going to go with that. Okay, so let's get right into this. This is going to be my meal for tonight. What I'm going to do is start cooking the mushrooms first, because that takes the longest. Okay, I have a heavy cast iron oven-proof skillet here. A little vegetable oil. Now this is going to be finished in the oven. This is a braised dish, which means the protein, which is the chicken in this case, is covered with liquid, but only about 3/4 covered. It's not supposed to be completely covered. Little sea salt. What I want to do is just get this started and reduce these mushrooms. These mushrooms are 95% water, like most vegetables. So I'm going to saute these down, and then I'm going to add the onions. Okay, most of the water has evaporated from the mushrooms. I don't want to give them any color. I don't want to brown them, in other words. Same thing for the onions. I'm just going to sweat them down until they become translucent. A little more salt. Trying to break up the onions. Okay, this won't take more than about 5 minutes. Okay, these are nice and translucent. It took about 5 minutes. Going to take these onions, mushrooms, and just reserve them. Okay, same pot. A little more vegetable oil. I'm only using 4 pieces of chicken. This is just for myself. And 4 pieces of chicken is just about what this holds. You don't want to overcrowd the pan, because when you overcrowd it, the food will steam instead of getting a good sear on the outside. I'm looking at a nice sear. I want it to caramelize. It's going to look pretty. Okay, that was 5 minutes per side. And that was salt and pepper only. I didn't want to put the dry spices on yet, because I didn't want to burn them. I'm going to reintroduce my onions and mushroom mix. That's my oven preheating. I'm going to put my green olives in there. This is going to be packed with flavor. My diced tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and put the herbs of Provence in or on. Good tablespoon. I'm going to add a little wine. Give it some additional flavor. tarragon vinegar. That was about a teaspoon. This is very potent stuff. My chili peppers. These are dried, but they will reconstitute. That's 1/3 of a cup of balsamic vinegar. Gonna go ahead and turn up the heat a little bit. I just added a whole bunch of ingredients. Then I'm gonna pop it into the oven, 350 for 15 minutes. Okay folks, I almost forgot a very important item, that is the crushed garlic. These are 3 pieces. I'm not going to slice them, I'm just going to put them in there. Now you can take the garlic out before it is served or before you eat it. But if you are a garlic lover, like myself, I'm going to eat it. Roasted garlic is so nice, so much taste, it's so sweet. It's unbelievable. Okay, it's cooking away. It's time to put it in the oven. 350, 15 minutes. Well, that's it, folks. This was a pretty simple and quick meal. Minimal amount of cleanup. And it looks so good. Not even going to use a knife. The balsamic vinegar, after you reduce it, is so sweet. I like the heat level, it's not too hot. I'm serving this with a simple basmati rice with a little parsley. I think the olives add a nice little addition. If you're a fan of vinegar, this would be an excellent meal for you. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll be back shortly.